let's see what Nadaan wants. It's the day before the auction. Nadaan has a special job for you. Good, you're here. Glad I didn't have to send someone to drag you in. What's up, Nadaan? You look happy? Is that your happy face? You know Ulo? Name rings a bell. Pretty sure you forbade me from saying it. She's an admiralty officer, right? That's her. Kadeshi. Slippery as Hesh itself. Only one person living I hate as much as Casio, and that's Ula. But I like most of her kind. She's got a big family, lots of obligations. Turns out one of her brothers is in the cult, and he's coming to town for the auction. You see where I'm going with this? I got a big barbed hook, and all I need is the worm. Oh shit, he wants us to kidnap Ulo's brother? What? Kidnap Ulo's brother, draw Ulo into a fight, and then kill Ulo, and that's our final task to get into the auction? Fulo, Ulo's kin, is arriving at the beach tonight. He's hired private protection. Go insinuate yourself, then set the trap. Once you're in position, we can send the ransom note. Only there's not going to be no ransom. You'll kill Ulo the second she shows her face. Do that, and I promise you, you've proven yourself to me. I'll get you into that auction, my word. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Afterlife. Like, that's a pretty big ask in comparison. All this just for revenge on one person? Bit rich coming from you, ain't it? I thought you and I were on the same level. Fair enough, but is there really no easier way to get close to Ulo? I'd recount the ways I'd tried, but that just makes my cheeks turn red. She has a knack for leaping from the pot at the moment you turn on the heat. She's smart, at least. I'll give her that. But family politics make people like her easy to manipulate. If you find the right string, give it a good tug. Why do you have it out for Ulo, anyway? We've been deadlocked since she was a rookie. I robbed her once. She arrested me once. We got over it, made our own waves. She never really came to heel like a lot of other Admiralty would. Never took a bribe. So I could respect that. So then what? I told you, Casio sold me out. Ulo's the one who was there to profit. I was carrying explosive contraband. She set a trap to light it up. Only way she could have known was if she took the tip from Casio. She blew you up? Okay, maybe that warrants a heap or two of revenge. Well, now that I have your approval, you want to stop yabbering and get to work? Alright, so Ulo isn't quite as without blame in this feud as maybe she would lead me to believe. Oh, we can take a spree with us. So let's see. Ash, Durno, Tog the Knuckle. Do we have relationships with any of them? No. Or maybe any of them that dislike us? I don't think we've pissed off anyone from... Yeah, we've not pissed off anyone from the spree. Yeah, get your face blown off, someone would be mad. I can totally agree with that. I think we're going to take Ash because he looks super rad. Unless someone else... No, let's be honest. Ash is the coolest. Then we leave this bar without a bartender, though, or without a bouncer, though. We're taking Ash. It's hard work being a bandit. Even harder when you're hooked on the slurry. But Ash gets the job done. An addictive and illegal substance. Bold-faced on this one. You want something? So we can either pay you off for 200 shills. Ooh, Grunjax is here, so they're going to be against us. But we get Nadaan, so we're okay. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, it's Ash. My buddy, my chum. I'm doing a big job for Nadaan. I could use some help. All right. So our first card is going to do extra damage. So I think on this first turn that winds up not being helpful. Unless it's my first card that does damage, which I guess we could find out. No, it's only my first card. If destroyed, gain 8 metal. At the end of Ash's turn, remove 1 metal. Oh, interesting. So that's just a way to get the currency for helping between runs. This increases Ash's damage by 1. All right, let's see here. We have 2 more actions. Let's get this off the board so that we're not having to deal with it constantly buffing his damage. This will do an extra set of damage. And then is this worth... Yeah, so this is going to nuke one of our influences, but we're going to get more turns here. Let's grab this because this will do 5 to everything. We're going to take damage here. I think this is the only time I can think of that we've had like a starting hand that like really does not include any way for me to gain that much composure. That's kind of interesting. Doubling my influence would be 1 extra influence, wildly unworth it for that much vulnerability. When a hostility card is played, increase stacks by 1 and gain 2 resolve, adds +1 damage to all intents. Damn it, he's a tough cookie, huh? All right, this is now gonna hit an extra random argument. Oh, but it didn't get its card bonus. It only got its actual attack. That kind of sucks. Let's get 4 composure on everything. And then we'll get bonus composure, and this will let me expend that to get that out of here. This should die when we use another card randomly next turn now. Whatever we attack with first will now blow up that secondary argument, I think. Well, it could, I guess it could hit the metal. I'm gonna use my flourish here because it feels like we're getting them pretty quick. This is gonna hit for 8, but it would hit 2 things for 8, which feels worth it. Oh, my flourish counted as my first card? That's terrible. Oh, that really kind of fucked me. Okay, it's not that big a deal. That's irritating though, for sure. It makes sense though, like it is a card. All right, use you. We'll use backpedal because we don't really need killer, and that gives me an experience. Let's also use level playing field to get experience while we still can. We're gonna lose our influence. Let's get the metal out of it. I mean, the 5 metal is a pretty good bonus, so I think it's worth it. We'll have ways to get more influence in a second. 9, huh? Jeez. Yes, okay, you will gain 1 influence. Get some simple pleads. Deploy 2 baits. That is absolutely worth it to move that heavy hitter out. And then with bait out there, let's go ahead and double influence. Why not? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll apply 4 composure. That doesn't matter. All right, all my influence is what's being attacked. It won't matter. That's good to know that if he only has his core argument up, that'll still double hit the core argument. That's actually pretty fantastic. So 7 metal from that fight. We leveled backpedal. So we can either make it worth 8 or up to 2. So up to 2 is a really good way. So I can either make it focused on the defensive side of it, or we can use it to get rid of more debuffs. Thank you for the hydrate. I feel like the composure isn't as much of a concern as potentially getting rid of. Well, but the debuff and filler cards in negotiations tend to not be as big a deal as they are in a battle deck. I think I still want that kind of flexibility because that lets me get rid of cards if I need to get rid of cards. And we're talking about the difference of 3 composure as opposed to the extreme utility involved with just an extra card pick. Menacing Air, Bulldoze, Bleed. No, I'll take the shills. This is an important gig. If we pull it off, we'll be Nadon's favorites easily. I could use the leverage. Nadon's been giving me the stink eye a bit more than usual. Sure, I'll tag along. All right, so now we got Ash. And we gotta go trap Ulo. So we're gonna go kidnap the brother to start. You arrive at the beach to find 2 Admiralty guards, their heads hung in boredom. Hello, Winnie. I like your eye patch. When is this Hessian brat supposed to show up anyway? And Rook. Should be soon, shouldn't it? High tides don't wait for nobody, Hessian or not. Ugh, I want to go get my plonk on. A drink that tastes like brine and leaves you feeling seasick. Ulo gave us orders. In no way I'm going to let you bail without me. So far, you remain unnoticed. So we can trick Winnie into leaving, or we can just start the attack. I mean, I think it's worth getting Winnie to leave. Hail and well met, fellow Admiralty. Yeah, you look like Admiralty, SAL. I am here to, relieve you from your duty. With a damn spree thug in tow? Guess Ulo is right to be careful. Foul play is afoot. That's to fight that way? Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's buying it that much, though, Afterlife. All right. We can go purely utility in this first round. Get initial rapport out. And then airtight, I think, is going to be an argument. We might get 2 copies of this. Ooh, a baby. Ooh, baby. You're gonna attack and blow up my dominance. You know what? We're not done. I'm going in. I'm going all in. Give me boosted minds. We got more targets on the field, and that means that we're gonna gain more cards per draw. And then we'll get in a shot against your core argument. And then look at that. He's not even going to get through that card, so it's up there as a distraction. I love it. I love it. Lots of damage coming down range, but we can get that out of here. Let's see. 2 for this. I think it's worth it just to spend the money to get, or spend the action economy to get this out first, because then we know it'll attack both things. So that saves my second airtight. We still have an influence that's in trouble, though. Simple plead. Two actions left. Spend an influence. Let's complement instead. Gain more influence. That's gonna go though, so that actually did not help. That's fine. That's still a hell of a railroad turn to run on him. He gained composure there. We have a couple attacks incoming. Let's see. I have no influence now though. This will give me an influence. Worth. You won't get through. Improvise 2/0 cards should get me my 2. Oh no, we just redrew. Shit, that was stupid. That's a misplay for sure. And then this will gain composure, and then I won't take damage.
For sure.
Y'all got nothing on my quick talks.
Insert party noises here.
Bone Wheel with the raid. What is up, Bone Wheel? How are things, buddy? It's been a while. Hi, GLaDOS. Bone Wheel playing some DBD. How is DBD, buddy? If you guys don't know Bone Wheel plays a fairly wide variety of stuff. Dead by Daylight, some WoW. I tuned in and watched some Stardew, some Subnautica. So all kinds of goodies over at Bone Wheel's joint. You should go take a look. See what brother Bone Wheel is up to. Hope everything is good tonight, my friend. How was your stream? We're just finishing icing up Winnie here to convince him that he should leave his post and go get some booze. I've been all right. With being home from school, it's hard to stream and you have your whole family around. I hear that. My wife and I sometimes run into issues when I want to stream because we share a room for our computers. So I get that trouble of like, you want to stream, but you also want to be respectful of the people you share a space with. I totally get it. For those of you who came over with Bone Wheel's raid, hello. I am Chris. I'm Chris, and I'm here to fight against the Backlog, which I've just linked in chat. I'm a variety streamer. I have an absurdly large library of games approaching, I think there's 1,000 that I've got recorded there, but it's more than that in full. I worked in video game retail for a really long time, so I just amassed a huge number of games, and now I'm playing through them. Sick of letting them sit and collect dust. So that's what we do here. I play all kinds of stuff, and little by little, we are battling and defeating the Backlog. So calm is too composure to all friendly arguments and is not an expend. That seems worth it. Plus it's another diplomacy card. So if we have airtight up, that's just automatically going to give us more composure on top of that. Yeah, but since WoW Burning Crusade Classic came out, that's been your main game. Might go back to variety, but it's hard to find new games to get excited about. Except for Elden Ring. Yo, that Elden Ring trailer was so hot. There wasn't anything else at E3 that you thought looked exciting, Bone Wheel? It was kind of a weird year for E3, but I thought that there was some pretty good stuff on display. Elden Ring, I think, looks really good. There's a handful of indie games. I don't remember all the title names just because I'm still trying to process all the stuff that was announced. If any of you guys check out the second set of links there, that thing that says where Chris discusses the Backlog, I have a link in there. I wrote up a bunch of notes during E3. I basically live blogged it, and some of it was really awesome. Didn't look at E3, only watched for Elden Ring. It's worth taking a look. It might be worth you dropping by my Gilded server just if you just kind of want like a quick hits, rather than having to go parse through all the information. I've got quite a bit that I wrote down in there. And especially if you're, if you're vibing on WoW, if you're vibing on Burning Crusade Classic and you're in kind of an MMO mood, they did a pretty extensive look at that one coming up from Amazon called New World. And it, I'm hesitant because it's from Amazon Game Studios, but it actually looks pretty legit. We're going to take Calm here because especially if we upgrade it and turn it into a 0 cost, that's just another excuse to play a diplomacy card for free and get a benefit out of it. Meanwhile, so we can spend 1 influence to gain our 2 actions, or we can spend 2 influence to gain 3 actions. So it's a question of, do we want to gain more actions or preserve more influence? I think we want boosted time because the influence doesn't tend to be an issue and the extra action is a big deal. And then airtight we can bonus up as well. Ambush would mean it's always in our first round hand, which would mean we could start guaranteeing playing our first round as like a warm-up round. We could get our influences out and get our airtights out, or we could make it cheaper to play. I think I want to make sure we have it available to use. New World looked good, but I just can't afford more than 1 game subscription. I hear that, Bone Wheel. I'm not saying necessarily that it'd be worth jumping over to and canceling WoW to get at, but they're gonna do beta stuff. They're gonna have some chances for you to play it even without having to put any skin in the game, so might be worth taking a peek. Ulo thought an Admiralty guard would draw too much attention, so she hired me. I can guard the Hessian and get them where they need to go safe, all under the radar. Ah, that's clever. And that makes this our lucky day, don't it? Thanks, Hunter. Have fun babysitting. The guards leave. Oh, it made both of them leave, not even just the one. That's awesome. Lucky day indeed. SAL, you looked really ominous there. Out over the water, a light cuts its way through the fog. Soon, a small dinghy inserts itself on the shore, and out of it steps a Kodeshi dressed in flamboyant finery. Fulo looks you over with open distaste. I love Fulo's mustache. Who are you? Where's Ulo? She had clear instructions from Mother to meet me here. All right, so we can either attack him and we'll be the aggressor, or we can fool him. I mean, our negotiation fights have been fine, so I'm not concerned about it. I'm your guard, of course. You don't look like one of her tin soldiers. So he's going to give me a kickback at the end of his turn. I don't want those kickbacks to stack up. That kind of sucks, actually. All right, let's get our airtight out. And then we want our rapport out. So that's juicing our first turn, unfortunately. It's nice on that first turn if we can get both of those out and then also have our zero cost like pleads. But I mean, I'm not going to complain. Money talks. At the start of each turn, a random card in hand costs an additional 10 shells. Okay, we want that out of here. I hate that one. Let's see. Simple plead, and now that will hit both. What's taking damage? One of our influences. All right, let's nuke this. Just get that out of here. We're just gonna have to deal with the loss of the one influence, which is not that bad. And then honestly, I might pay the 10 shills. Yeah, I'm gonna pay the 10 shills here to do the extra damage. And on top of all that, I gotta grind Overwatch because I play for your... Oh, you're playing on your school team? That's awesome. How much do you devote to Overwatch to kind of like stay game ready? Is it a case where like you do most of what you do solo and then you guys get together for some like practices and matches, or is it mostly like organized team stuff? That's really interesting. When destroyed, SAL gains draw an extra card. Well, let's see how I want to do this. We want boosted mind out there. We're gonna take hits to both of our airtights, but they're not gonna die. That's also an excuse to play calm and get some experience on that. I don't believe it's worth me spending the boosted time there. So let's instead improvise these. 5 composure. So now we get interesting, right? Boosted options. Now is it worth the boosted time? And it totally is. All right, so now we're gonna spend boosted time. We lose some influence. Oh, that makes you more expensive. I didn't even think of that. Oh, we still have enough for everything. That's fine. That's fine. You do exactly 6 damage because we have influence on the table, so you can ice that. You are now gonna do your full 8. Simple plead will do 3. And we don't need to worry about paying for the second kickback because we're blocking all incoming damage. Stop it with the kickbacks, dog. Just wants all my money. This is worth it because it's going to do 16 damage. Beautiful. I think we can actually ice this right here, because this will let me improvise 2 zeros. We're done. Get out of here, fool. All right, level playing fields. So either an extra damage or less vulnerability. With less vulnerability, I can see myself playing that on the regular, and the plus damage is we're getting more than our money's worth by playing a ton of cards rather than worrying about how much it's boosting each card. Brainstorm, Browbeat, Keep Cool. Double Composure on all arguments, Sticky. So Sticky must just mean that it stays in my hand until I need it, I think. I think, again, we're good on that. The bandits in this area have been keeping a close eye on the Admiralty. Ulo thought you'd be safer with off-the-books protection. She knows I prefer to travel with fanfare. But this cloak and dagger nonsense is very typical for her. Well, lead on. Alright. My man Fulo. Sorry, dog. This ain't personal. It's just business. You find the Spree safe house and usher Fulo safely inside. Watch your head, my liege. Why, thank you. I must say, for a hired gun, you have shown impeccable respect and... Finally, Fulo takes in the squalor of the safe house and the Spree thug approaching with a length of coarse rope. Why, wait just a moment. You aren't a hoodlum, are you? Fulo is quickly bound and gagged by Kuga, who manages it with professional ease. Yes, my girl Kuga. You made it. You give you any trouble? Yeah, you know Hessians. They do all the talking and let the tentacles do all the thinking. So, what have you heard? Apparently, Ulo was spitting bricks when Fulo didn't show up. Ransom note should have gotten there by now. Oh, Fulo hates us. Buying anything from shopkeepers now costs me an additional 20 shells. I'm starting to think you might be a hoodlum. SAL is definitely up to some hoodlumry, as long as it means we get close to Casio. One thing though, word is Ulo has one of those pedigree battle Oshnus, so don't expect her to go down easy. Huga begins to pack her things, heading for the door. Wait, where are you going? Her dad wants me back on the tail end in case anything goes wrong. And, no offense, but it probably will. I mean, Kuga, I don't want to see you in danger, but like, I feel like Yumi and Ash are a crew. Or this is a cheap hotel. Oh, sorry, I was in game. I devote most of my time in practice and do competitive until I lose, usually play for around 2 hours at a time. I respect the grind, man. Overwatch is a game that can be tough sometimes, especially like when you get into a rhythm and that rhythm's broken with like, you know, just a string of bad comp, like comp head-to-heads or just, I don't know. Maybe that's just more my experience talking than anything, but I have like a love-hate relationship with Overwatch. All right, no reason for us to do this any differently than we've been doing it. Get our airtight out, get our influence out. Now we can get a boosted appeal for free because we got so much influence. We're gonna save that negotiate flourish in case we get a chance to negotiate to set up the Ulo fight. Let's see here. You'll do a bonus 3. We're gonna lose an influence. This should let us get back our heavy hitter. Yeah. Okay. So now we can ice that. Still gonna lose you. 2 more damage. I don't even think we're gonna need the extra card draw. So let's just get the experience on comm there. And now this is actually safe because we got the airtight composure assignment exactly where we needed it. That worked out brilliantly. Some simple pleads for our troubles. Let's call in favors for the experience because we're gonna win on this round anyway. Hit a tall observation and we walk off into the sunset. Kuga, I knew you wanted to stay. Like, we're bros. Pure style bulldoze, another level playing field. We'll take the cash. If you stay, our chances against Ulo double. It's simple math. Simple math is that Nadan kills me if I don't follow orders. He won't if we win, and if we don't, he'll already be dead. Well, that... Huh. I guess that does make a weird sort of sense. Fine, I'll help you here, but you take the Oshnu, all right? Those things creep me out. You sit and wait, and it's not long before you hear something large cleaving its way through the bush outside. Well, here we go. Fulo wrestles his mouth out of his gag, bleeding smugly. Now you'll see, miscreant. No one interferes with the Ulowano family. For what it's worth, I plan on having your skull preserved as a trophy. He ain't got shit on me. Oh, we can talk to him? If you manage to revoke Fulo, they will attack you on their own and you can kill them with no diplomatic consequences. Oh, they're already suspicious of me. So that's a way for me to get rid of people that that hate me, apparently. That's interesting. All right, Ulo, let's dance. You exit the safe house, ready to face Ulo. Ulo cuts a daunting figure perched atop a fully equipped battle Oshnu. You've never seen a snail that frightening. This was a fun joke, Grifter, but all you got for yourself was a day in the company of my least interesting sibling. Hope it was worth it, because this will be a sorry way to die. All right, so it's us versus Ulo and her battle Oshnu, but we've got bros. Yeah, I have my own score to settle, so let's get this over with. All right, what do you got? You've been told to kill this target. At the end of Ulo's turn, apply 2 heal. This is a species boon. Ulo gains 1 power every 5 cards you play. That could be an issue. And then Oshnu Shell. The Oshnu cannot be killed, but will hide in its shell and lose all power when brought to 1 health. Gains 1 power at the end of its turn. She does 15 damage a pop, and it does 7. Get the fuck out of here. Oof. All right, let's set up. We want combo when we attack. Let's grab defense. I think we're just gonna grab the defense. I hate to turtle on my first turn, but hit me with wound. Fuck you, Ulo. $11 damage this round for my troubles, eh? We need this in play as well. She gained power because we've played enough cards. Get a wound into effect. Now we have enough combo I can play this for free. Worth. Double attack. We're taking a good chunk of damage here, though, unfortunately. Ooh, we got our flourish. Hang on. Let's wait on that, because we have a card that wounds every time we attack. So we can use that in the same turn we use our wound card. I can't take a lot of those 12 hits, though. Whenever you attack, gain 1 combo. I do want that out. I mean, we got to just take the 20 damage, right? I'm taking another 14 damage here. They're going all in on her, though. I like to see that. Five damage to all enemy. No, I just got to put damage down range. Let's sit on the flourish for 1 more turn. If I don't see that boost, I think we're gonna have to just spend it and get it used up. I don't want to just sit for it. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. Shoulder roll. Apply 1 wound whenever you attack for the rest of this turn. That's what we were waiting for. So now we'll play our flourish. Are you really hitting me for 27 damage right now? Holy shit, we gotta get the snail off the board. That MFer was doing so much damage. That was bananas. Oh shit, we can't get the double damage now from that without it screwing things up. How much combo do I have? That's inside fighting. I have 8 combo. So yeah, we're gonna shoulder roll because now I won't take any damage. And then I can get... This is so stupid. I know how dumb this is. I'm using the Cider Trainer because I want the experience. I'm not taking damage this turn anyway, and my companions still have enough that I'm not super worried about them dying. He's still hiding in his shell. He's actually in a pretty good spot right now because he's locked at this 1 health, and his wounds are going to keep him shelled up. So I'm in an okay spot on that. Oh my god, Kuga's taking 20 damage. All right, let's use our Cyno Trainer. We want this to do double. Nope, this is what I'm discarding. Let's get rid of this guy. 3, so this is gonna do 24 to 26 damage twice. That's pretty good damage. Never really upset about that, if I'm honest. Let's give Kuga some defense. We get a card draw. Yes, perfect. 19 more. Boom, she gives up. We've done it. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for me to go hard. That got dicey. Oh, we gotta kill the snail too? Come on. Now I'm just rude. Ooh. Charged disc. It is a unique battle item. Hits all enemies, apply 2 wound, 5 to 6 damage, and expend. That's very nice, actually. 10 shills for our trouble. Get some resolve back. Silent Steel has been upgraded. This is our starts in our hand ambush card. Impair. Attack damage by this target is reduced by 33%. So this just means their opening round they do 33%. Or is the 3 damage more worth it? I don't know. Yeah, maybe the Impair, because if someone's going hard in their first attack, I can target them. Maybe worth it. Another airtight, calling in favors, or Caprice. I don't think we need any of them. So we're going to take the shills. Battle cards. Whenever you attack, you gain 1 combo. I don't think we need a 3rd one of those. That doesn't really feel like it's worth it. For the rest of your turn, gain counter equal to half of any attack damage you deal. That's pretty cool. And we can get rid of the expend on it. Or whenever you improvise a card, a random enemy gains 1 resonance. Resonance is whenever a card is improvised, they lose 1 health. I don't improvise enough cards for that to really be worth it. Viciousness, though, I think is something that we could actually get some pretty good utility out of. You're starting to get a reputation for violence. So we got another killer card, which is unfortunate. Ulo's corpse lies in the dirt. You hear a scuffle behind you. Fulo has struggled from his bonds and emerged from the safe house. Ulo, no! You really should have stayed in there, Fulo. Hold on, Grifter. I can see I was just a pawn. You got what you wanted out of Ulo, didn't you? I can pay. I'm the favorite. My mother will want to see me safely return, but nobody will care about Ulo. What's more, I can promise you our family won't seek retribution. So we get 300 shills if we let him go, or we can kill him too. I mean, I got no beef with Fulo. I didn't even really want to kill Ulo. I think we let Fulo go. I'll take the shills. All right, get out of here. You're not winning down wanted anyway. I want that money though, Fulo. I caught you once, I can catch you again. Fulo turns around after much effort and some rather unpleasant noises. Fulo produces a fistful of slimy shills. I don't suppose you know the way back to civilization? The Admiralty headquarters, perhaps? With nothing but a steely stare in response, Fulo gets the hint and disappears into the wilderness. I'll be going now. He's indifferent towards you, so we don't have bad credit anymore. So by letting him live, we got him to not hate us, which is intriguing since we just, you know, iced his sister. Let's turn in kill Ulo before we go to the roadside market. But with this much in shills, we're definitely going to go stock up. Yo, what up, Jukebox? How are you, buddy? Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, exactly. Like his little monologue at the end of that afterlife was very legit. He was like, no one's going to care about Ulo, so he legit didn't care. kind of a scummy dude. Grunjax hates us. Which one is he giving me? I think he's giving me thin skin. Is that true? Grunjax is giving me thin skin. I wonder if he'll let me buy him a drink. No, but we can provoke him and then we can kill him. Because I hate that we get that 2 wounds at the start of every fight. Not ideal. Doing amazing. Good to hear, my friend. That is wonderful. A comfort to see you again. The deed is done, Nadan. Ulo is dead, as you requested. Gotta say, it got a bit messy there. You not worried about the wrath of the Kodeshi dynasty? Do I look like I worry much? It's hard to say. Ulo was no good. A dirty cop, spiteful and reckless because her parents would buy her out of trouble. Her whole brood's in Casio's pocket. And once we deal with Casio, there won't be anyone to protect that dynasty no more. Thanks for your hard work. I'll send word tomorrow when it's Casio's turn. So Nadan now loves us, so anytime we have a spree allied with us, they gain 2 power. We have another social boon for bonuses to spree allied with us. Yeah, they have +10 health in battle too. Got my DAC in for my headphones, and damn, the audio is disgustingly good now. Also, all but my CPU, case, RAM, and GPU came in today. Yo, that's awesome. You ever gonna tell me what Ulo did? Nah, she just ain't got principles. Gets under my skin. Literally, or she punched a hole in my face, and you want to know the details? You want to read some poetry or something? Enhance yourself? You read poetry? Sure I do. I'll lend you a book sometime. And what about tomorrow? You ready for Casio? I am. The whole soul's gonna wash off after this. Like a pearl on the foam. This time tomorrow, where do you see yourself? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just taking it as it comes, you know? Don't tell me you can't picture it. You came all this way. I'll manifest it for you. Take it out of the abstract. Casio will be down, and you'll be standing. Taller than you've ever been. And that memory you got of Casio in your head, of her being powerful and unstoppable, that memory won't be there no more. And you'll have room for something new in its place. I've never heard you talk so much. I'm damn loquacious. You get to know me well enough. What? Tired. You hear me talk too much. Get some shut-eye, or tomorrow you won't see Casio coming. Ooh, some nice Sennheisers. Very nice. There are some Sennheiser aficionados in the group. With the good audio now and the increased bass, my voice is godlike. Thank you, Jukebox. I appreciate it. I don't think we're gonna kill Gundrex. Like, the 2 wounds sucks, but if we kill him, I think we're gonna get another killer card, and like, they do nothing for us. Hostility cards deal an additional +1 damage. Oh, but it doesn't hurt us to have them because we draw another card if we draw it. Okay, well then maybe we'll kill him. First open back and you can't go back. I feel that way, so I switched the type of headphones I used like middle of last year. I have just bone conductors now, so they don't even sit on my ears at all. They just bone conduct like through my temples. And I cannot imagine going back to anything that was actually on my ears. I would assume the open backs have a lot of the same similarity to how free I felt with the bone conducting. Because like, obviously with open backs, you're still covering your ears, you're getting that richer open back sound profile, but the open backs do let a little bit of noise bleed in. I hated like the noise ceiling. Like, I'll wear noise canceling headphones on a flight, but if I'm just sitting in my freaking computer room, I don't need crazy seal on my headphones. Yeah, the no pressure on my ears is big, and I just like, my hearing isn't great to begin with, and the bone conducting I feel like comes through a little bit clearer. Going from onboard sound to a dedicated DAC and amp and using a 4.4mm balanced audio, normal to disgusted from the upgrade. Yeah, like, I'm not an audiophile. Like I said, my hearing's pretty not great. I had like real bad chronic ear infections when I was a kid, so my eardrums are pretty banged up. But I totally get that mentality, right? Of like not having known what your audio quality was like comparatively and then suddenly having outstanding audio. Outrageous. It's a night and day kind of thing where you're never gonna go back. Hey, Grunjax, I hear you've been talking about me. Maybe I have, Grifter. Oh, he's drunk too, you idiot. Is there a Vrock around here? Or is that pus-matted fur smell coming from you? Say that again. I dare you. Oh boy. Oh, Nadon got my back. He's coming in hot. All right, we're starting with 8 damage from the jump with him. Remove a random intent. Ooh, and we can earn some metal from him. Okay, so how do we want to start this off? I think normal. I think I can tank this 8 damage and not be too upset. Let's get our airtights out first. Now our rapports. Really would have loved it if at least one of those went over onto my core argument, guys. I'm gonna be honest. And then let's gain our 3 actions, right? Eat one of our influence stacks right away. Let's see here. We can ice this. So we lost an intent there. We're still taking 8. Might as well play calm, get the experience and a little bit more composure. And what the hell? We'll spend wide deflection, but that means we're not going to take much at all to our core argument. Drove over and picked up my friend, bought the headphones, and then he ended up buying it while he was at your house. Yo, that's that like I'm a believer immediate understanding, right? No hot and sweaty ears. Yep. It's fun, Jukebox. If you've been enjoying watching this game, this is the kind of game, it's very much in that like easy to understand, hard to master kind of a situation. But I think it's really good. Where is, I want my music to be quieter. I think it's still too loud. All right, let's see here. So we're taking 6 damage to an airtight, but that's not going to be enough to clear it. Let's see if we can squeeze some metal out of him. I'm not super worried about this fight. Yeah, exactly. Like Afterlife was saying, what you're seeing here with SAL is just one of the 3 story campaigns. There's 3 characters to play as, and Klei has made it fully moddable. So there's already on the Steam Workshop, there's people that have added new characters and new cards. Like this game is actually quite bonkers. Expend 2 cards to apply 5 composure. I'm not really gonna get much out of that. We can get rid of this slurred speech this turn so that that's done with. I like how she actually spoke in slurred speech. Just hold on, I got something to say. Let's get boosted mind out there, and then we'll get our extra card draw, because he's not going to do anything to this airtight. Snare must be targeted before anything else, but it's only up for 1 turn. Okay, well that's actually not that big a deal to me. We'll hit you with inspirational talk. Then we can use our simple pleads, and that's gone. 3 actions still. Let's apply 5 composure and expend, deploy 2 bait, 3 composure on 2 random friendly arguments. I'd like the bait, please. All right, so that's baited now. So he'll attack that. We can get some more composure on SAL. Let's keep chipping away on this and get, well, is it just 6 metal coins now? I probably shouldn't have screwed with that. And then do I want, yeah, let's flourish just to clear it. Why not? We're earning those flourishes at such a rapid pace now. And then expend all non-hostility cards. This should get rid of Killer. Really needed that to come up with bigger than just the one. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. Get you in the mix. Ooh, it hit him twice rather than even kicking over to the other one. Flatter. Double my influence. Influence is only at 3, but I don't know that I want the vulnerability. We'll ice you, get that done with, get our metal. This gets me 3 composure when you overload that bait. Oh, the bait won't even be overloaded because my airtights took care of it. So then give me this for 2 more influence. I'll take it. It's more story driven, but still reminds you of Slay the Spire. It has a lot in common with Slay the Spire. I will say Slay the Spire is a much tighter game strategically. I think Slay the Spire is brilliantly designed and is maybe one of the best pure strategy roguelikes out there, right? Like, obviously there's skill involved with Slay the Spire. I would never try and say otherwise. But so much of what makes Slay the Spire good is just like understanding the game and understanding the order to play. Like I say, that just like critical strategy layer. This game I don't think has as much strategy. I think this one is much more luck based, but I don't think that makes it less fun. I just think that there's less room. There's less room in Griftlands to like completely master the game than there is in Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is the type of game where if you watch people who are good at it, people like, you know, I think like I've watched Northern Lion play it quite a bit and he absolutely shreds it. Like there's people I've watched do Ascension 25 runs where they could do it with a randomized deck and they would still win the game, which I think is bonkers. I think this is already leveled up, but I'm gonna play it one more time just to make sure it is. Get you out of here. Why does this keep popping up? Double the damage this deals. I don't want you to double any damages, sir. I'm still gonna have to fight him when we're done with this, unfortunately. That bait's protected. We're gonna lose boosted deflect if I play this, but we'll also lose the other killer card. The killer card doesn't really matter though, so I don't want to lose that. The real fun complication with Griftlands comes from juggling 2 different decks. The fact that you have both a negotiation and a battle deck can make this game really, really interesting. All right, there's a snare on the table. Let's get our fast talk out there. Our bait is gonna die. How do I want to do this? We're basically just waiting for the next round. Our really heavy hitter comes up. Let's get this. So this is gonna do 4 damage. And then we'll take a tall observation. He's finally gonna get that bait. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Yeah, so Calm gets upgraded here. 3 composure to everything or make it free. I think we make it free because then it also counts as just another negotiation card I can play, or diplomacy card that I can play whenever I want.